Have you ever wondered, with the same Subaru brand, why do some engines become legendary rally icons, lasting over 200,000 miles, while others are notorious for constantly blowing head gaskets? Subaru is loved for its iconic all-wheel drive system and durability, but not every engine is bulletproof. In this video, we'll break down the 3 worst Subaru engines you should steer clear of and the 4 best engines that keep Subaru's reputation shining. Stick around until the end, and you'll learn how to make any Subaru engine last multiple times longer. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. The 3 worst Subaru engines. 1. EJ25D 2.5L DOHC, 1997 to 1999. If you've ever heard of the Subaru head gasket problem, chances are the EJ25D is the main culprit. This 2.5L DOHC engine powered the Legacy and Outback in the late 1990s. At the time, Subaru aimed to increase displacement and power to stay competitive. But unfortunately, the EJ25D became a nightmare for many owners. The fatal flaw lies in its head gasket. The combination of aluminum and steel in the engine's construction seemed reasonable, but led to uneven thermal expansion, causing coolant and oil leaks. The result? Overheating, coolant loss, and even cracked engine blocks if not caught in time. Owners from that era reported replacing the head gasket only for the issue to reoccur after a few tens of thousands of miles. The frustration of spending thousands of dollars just to nurse the engine made the EJ25D a major disappointment. Today, a used EJ25D engine costs between $1,500 and $3,000, depending on its condition. But beware, a cheap price doesn't always mean a good deal. If it hasn't been properly overhauled, you could face thousands more in repair costs. Subaru improved the head gasket design after 2001 to address this issue, but the EJ25D's reputation remains hard to redeem. If you're eyeing a classic Subaru for fun, think twice. At the very least, check the maintenance records to see if the engine has had its gasket replaced or upgraded. With the EJ25D, the difference between a reliable ride and a car you're constantly towing might come down to a single fragile gasket. 2. FB20 2-cell early 2010s. When Subaru introduced the FB20 engine in the early 2010s, many expected it to be a significant step forward. A modern engine optimized for fuel efficiency and lower emissions, aligning with the green trend. On paper, it promised a balance of efficiency and durability, qualities Subaru is known for. But in reality, it fell short of expectations. The biggest complaint from owners is excessive oil consumption. Many found that shortly after an oil change, the dipstick showed a significant drop in oil levels. Some even had to carry spare oil cans to top off between maintenance intervals, an inconvenient and frustrating experience. Additionally, the FB20 suffered from carbon buildup on the intake valves, a side effect of early direct injection technology that wasn't fully refined. This led to sluggish performance and a less smooth driving experience than expected. A used FB20 engine today costs between $12,500 and $4,500, depending on its condition. While this price isn't exorbitant, the real question is, can you drive it long-term without worrying about oil consumption? To be fair, later versions of the FB20 saw significant improvements, but the early models left a bitter taste for Subaru enthusiasts. If you're considering an Impreza or Forester with an early FB20, my sincere advice is to thoroughly check its maintenance history and brace yourself for extra care. With the FB20, the joy of fuel savings can quickly be overshadowed by the annoyance of always keeping a spare bottle of oil in the trunk. Pause for 3 seconds and hit the subscribe button to support us. 3. EJ20G 2.0L Turbo 1989 to 1993 WRAGs and Legacy US. Mention the EJ20G and Subaru fans will instantly recall the early days when the WRX and Legacy RS began building their rally legend status. This was one of Subaru's first turbocharged engines, cementing its name in the sports car world. Its distinctive sound and explosive power for the time made the EJ20G an icon. But behind the glory lies a less glamorous truth. The EJ20G is notoriously fragile. The engine's internals were designed rather delicately. Pistons could crack under high pressure, rod bearings wore out quickly, and the turbo wasn't durable enough to keep up with drivers' constant hard acceleration. The outdated ECU made matters worse, with its imprecise management of fuel and air, leading to detonation, a turbo engine's worst enemy. As a result, many early WRX models spent more time in the shop than on the road. On today's market, a used EJ20G engine ranges from $1,800 to $3,500, but most have seen years of use and require a major overhaul to be reliable. For veteran Subaru enthusiasts, the EJ20G can be seen as the foundation for later developments, and it's true that with rebuilding and upgrades, it can become more powerful and durable than its original form. However, in terms of pure reliability in its stock state, the EJ20G never quite met expectations. For Subaru fans, the EJ20G is like a beautiful but high-maintenance memory. It carries sentimental value, harking back to the golden era, but for daily use, it's not a wise choice. Sometimes the romance of a legendary engine isn't enough to offset the massive repair costs it brings. The 4 best Subaru engines. EJ257 WRX STE. If the EJ20G was the opening chapter of Subaru's turbo era, the EJ257 is the brightest star, cementing Subaru's place in the hearts of speed enthusiasts. Found in the WRX STI, the iconic car of both streets and racetracks, the EJ257 delivers not just power, but also a massive playground for the global tuning community. With a stock output of around 310 horsepower, this engine provides thrilling performance, but its legendary status comes from its hidden potential. In the tuning world, the EJ257 is often compared to a block of clay full of possibilities. With a larger turbo, optimized intake and exhaust systems, and a refined ECU map, its power can increase by hundreds of horsepower while maintaining reliability. This makes the EJ257 a favorite for those who want a daily driver that can also unleash on weekends. However, no engine is absolutely perfect. The EJ257 has a weakness. The risk of cracked piston ring lands if pushed too hard or poorly maintained. This has caught many overconfident owners off guard, leading to costly repairs. But with proper care, using high-quality synthetic oil, monitoring the cooling and intake systems, and avoiding excessive abuse, the EJ257 can serve reliably for years. Today, an EJ257 engine costs between $3,500 and $6,000, depending on its condition and whether it's been rebuilt. The price isn't cheap, but for Subaru lovers, it's like an investment in a piece of rally history, a powerful, tunable engine. The EJ257 isn't just the heart of the WRX STI. It's a symbol of the fun-to-drive spirit Subaru has always pursued. Dursto FE24F, 2.4L Turbo, Ascent, Legacy XT, Outback XT. If the EJ257 embodies the wild spirit of rally, the FA24F represents the modern Subaru, refined, balanced, and tailored for daily life. This 2.4L turbo engine was developed for larger family vehicles like the Ascent, Legacy XT, and Outback XT, but don't assume family car means boring. With 260 horsepower and 277 lb-ft of torque, the FA24F delivers smooth, powerful performance from low RPMs, making it ideal for carrying full loads or tackling long uphill drives. Its standout feature is Subaru's lessons learned from past mistakes. The FA24F uses modern direct injection and turbocharging technology, offering impressive fuel efficiency for its power. It's not as thirsty as older turbo engines and has fewer durability issues. Many owners report that the FA24F feels more reassuring, especially for those needing an SUV that's both family-friendly and fun to drive. Of course, no engine is flawless. Some owners note slight oil consumption if regular oil changes are neglected. This serves as a reminder that, despite Subaru's improvements, maintenance remains critical. Use high-quality synthetic oil and stick to the maintenance schedule, and the FA24F will prove more durable than you might expect. With prices ranging from $5,000 to $8,000 for a new engine, the FA24F is a worthwhile investment. It offers ample power while prioritizing daily convenience. In many ways, the FA24F is the Subaru of the 2020s, practical, modern, and still full of character. 3. EJ22 2.2 LNA, late 1980s to 1990s. If you had to pick a true bulletproof Subaru engine, the EJ22 would be near the top of the list. Introduced in the late 1980s, this 2.2L naturally aspirated engine became a reliable choice for models like the Legacy, Impreza, and early Outbacks. It's not as aggressive as a turbo or as flashy as an STI, but the EJ22 shines where it matters most: long-term durability. Subaru enthusiasts often share stories of the EJ22's surpassing 200,000 miles with minimal major issues. Its strength lies in its simple design. Fewer complex components and less reliance on cutting-edge technology mean fewer opportunities for problems. This is the kind of engine where regular oil changes, filter replacements, and timing belt maintenance are enough to keep it running faithfully year after year. A used EJ22 engine today costs only $1,200 to $12,500, a modest price considering the value it delivers. Many people seek out older Subarus, specifically because they know an EJ22 is under the hood, and that says it all. In the community, the EJ22 is seen as a symbol of Subaru reliability, true Japanese dependability, understated but incredibly practical. Of course, with its modest power output, the EJ22 isn't for those chasing high-octane thrills. But if you need a car for the long haul, family trips, long-distance drives, or even light off-roading, the EJ22 won't let you down. It's proof that sometimes what makes an engine legendary isn't its power, but the peace of mind it brings to the driver every day. 4. FE20 DIT 2.0L Turbo WRX Forester XT. When Subaru introduced the FA20 DIT, many saw it as a leap from the past to the present. This 2.0L turbo engine is the heart of the newer WRX and Forester XT, marking a shift from the older EJ series to a leaner, more efficient, and tech-forward generation. With 268 horsepower and 258 lb-ft of torque, the FE20 DIT delivers an exhilarating yet balanced driving experience that owners expect. Its biggest highlight is the twin-scroll turbo. Gone is the annoying turbo lag of older models. The FA20 DIT responds quickly, making the WRX both powerful and smooth. Combined with direct fuel injection, this engine is not only strong, but also more fuel efficient, a concept Subaru fans once rarely dared to imagine. In terms of durability, the FA20 DIT learned from the mistakes of the EJ and FB series. User reports show significantly fewer serious issues, provided maintenance schedules are followed. Like all Subaru turbo engines, it demands care. Use the right oil, check the cooling system, and avoid overworking it. Do this, and the FA20 DIT will serve reliably for years. The market price for an FA20 DIT engine ranges from $3,500 to $6,000, not cheap but worth it for what it offers. For many, it's the perfect compromise: powerful enough for fun, reliable enough for peace of mind, and modern enough for today's lifestyle. The FA20DIT proves that Subaru still knows how to make exciting turbo engines that aren't as high maintenance as their predecessors. Whether you own a troublesome EJ25D or a modern FA24F, the key to a long-lasting, healthy Subaru engine always starts with regular maintenance. Consider timely oil changes the golden key, especially high-quality synthetic oil, which ensures proper lubrication and prevents premature wear. Don't overlook small but critical items like air filters, spark plugs, coolant, or timing belts, as a single weak link can bring down the entire system. For turbo engines like the EJ257 or FA20DIT, keeping the intake and cooling systems clean is vital. Regularly checking the turbo, hoses, and gaskets will help you avoid costly damage. For the oil-hungry FB20, frequently monitor oil levels and top off as needed. Don't wait until the next scheduled change to address it. Another seemingly small but highly effective habit: drive gently. Avoid harsh acceleration and keep RPMs in a reasonable range to significantly reduce mechanical stress on the engine. Even letting the engine idle for a few dozen seconds before shutting it off after long drives helps the turbo breathe and extends its lifespan. In short, Subaru delivers a unique driving experience, but it demands an owner who values it. With proper care, even engines with a reputation for being high maintenance can reliably serve for hundreds of thousands of miles. Subaru is worth loving, and its engines deserve proper care. Subaru has both legendary, durable engines and nightmares that drain your wallet with repairs. From the head gasket-plagued EJ25D and the oil-guzzling FB20 to the fragile EJ20G, they're reminders that not every Subaru is bulletproof. On the flip side, the EJ257, FA24F, EJ22, and FA20DIT prove Subaru can still build reliable, inspiring machines. The practical lesson: choose the right engine, maintain it properly, and drive smartly to get the most out of your Subaru. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If not, hit subscribe.